What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to Thursday. It's my lunch break. I made sure that that 11 o'clock I had a little time here to, as I've been in the waiting room for forever for Joe. If you're new to my channel, if you're not new to my channel, do me a favor, go over to Ren's page, subscribe to all of his content. If you don't know the story behind, Ren has a lot of tracks that he's sang that, and a lot of stuff he's done that's, sort of paying homage to his friend, Joe, who was lost to us. He just put out, not too long ago, Suicide, part of which I think was, in homage to that as well, but also, I think in a big part to raise awareness. Anyways, yeah, and if you like any of my stuff, please like, comment down below with your thoughts. I'm just gonna dive in. Obviously, this is new to me, like it's new to you, because it's new to the world right now. So no idea what we're diving into, but kind of have an idea. I'm just interested to see what Ren's sort of spin on this is. Following up something like a Suicide. I bet it's going to be powerful, and I can't wait to check it out. So, and please subscribe. It helps out the channel. It helps out the algorithm. Let's dive in. Oh, and by the way, I just paused it now, but as he's breathing, that's symbolic too about breaths that are about to stop, I think. But I'm not gonna pause this at all first go around. This is gonna take me a while. I'm gonna go back and pick apart shit and speak when I need to, but I want to hear this the whole way through.
It's hard to take off from the ground when your wings are cut. Your stomach burns when you're drinking from an empty cup. You know the entire ocean came from my tear ducts. I see the world through Fibonacci sequences and double Dutch. I guess there's some that's born lucky, there's some that's not. I tried to cut away my bitterness, hatchet job. I locked my youth inside the trunk, inside the pickup truck, then dumped that whole thing over that same bridge the night you jumped. I think about that sometimes, vividly. What it felt like to look down and see tranquility. One sudden movement in a world of possibility. Only one movement to expose our fragility. I fucking miss you, and I miss myself. I miss thinking we were indestructible as hell. I miss chilling by the pier cave and kicking back with Callum, Hugo, Justin, Sega, Stevie and the fucking lads. I miss missing that. I numb myself to close the gap. I never even call them up. Distance is my plaster cast, to tell the truth. The day you jumped, my childhood jumped too. But I still can't find the angle. All I find is missing you, man, I miss you. With all my rhymes, I picture running 5 minutes quicker, I'm right on time. I picture pulling you back over the edge and then we're crying, and holding you, my brother, and telling you that it's fine. Not the way that it worked, I was late like a jerk. There's not a day where I can find a way to break from the hurt. Your body missing, so we never got to wave to the hearse. I hope you're listening, I love you, man, I miss you absurd, fuck. Another domino, it falls. across the way another's born. How you're supposed to raise a child and give it courage from a storm. In a world that is confusing, contradictions pave our flaws. Some will say we're only human, others judge us for our flaws. Some get born in sheets of satin, some get by in tattered clothes. Some will die before they live, that's just how the story goes. But for those of us still with us, who reside inside our hearts, tell them proudly how you feel. And for those of us who aren't, freckled angels stand strong, freckled angels live on, freckled angels climb higher, freckled angels still inspire, freckled angels won't forget you, teach me to live my life better. 13 years and still I miss you, now my wings are missing feather, otherwise I'd come and join you. But for now I'm here on earth, stuck inside this mortal body, but for everything it's worth. Made me braver, made me wiser, made me stronger, made me true, made me face the world with courage, and that's all because of you. Freckled angels laugh the hardest, and their hearts, they are the largest. With their wings, they fly the farthest. So I know you're gonna be okay. Freckled angels live the longest, and their minds, they are the strongest. Oh, their friends, they are the fondest. So I know you're gonna be okay.
Wow. So the first part of that is direct lyrics from Suicide, but done differently, right? And I'm not going to go back to that part because you guys have heard that as many times as I have, if not more. Is that in he's in Brighton, right? Is that Falmer Stadium? American Express or whatever it's called. He went into, it's interesting, the setup. I love the way that he used the piano there masterfully. And then that died down. Just a couple things of note. You know, he starts talking about Freckled Angels, a name of one of his albums. But, you know, Freckled Angels, you know, freckles, you know, often represent uniqueness, individuality. Angels, you know, we know what that represents. And you have the bottle of fireflies confined, or they're like lights in my mind. They look like little fireflies in a bottle, and a firefly, like, it's like illumination of like the light within, like a higher spirit, right? Sort of playing into that, the angel sort of scheme as well. But all in reference to his best bud. And I don't know if he's on that bridge currently, or if that's just a bridge. You guys let me know. I don't know the area well. I'm not just being ignorant. I've never been there. But that's powerful. And the way that he ended that acapella, and you could see him get emotional when he and his friends, they are the fondest. I'm just gonna hold on a sec. I want to go back to I'll end there, but I want to go back to where he switched the lyrics up here. And I was looking at the so if you go back, and if you guys haven't yet, read his notes, his under video notes here. He talks about, and you can see this, like I noticed this on his Instagram and other places that I follow him, that he just raised, in short, just raised 21,000 pounds or something to that effect for RNLI, which are volunteers, from what I understand, that were sort of, you know, that were there to help out. And he goes on to say that they, you know, they weren't getting paid anything, but they gave everything, is essentially what he said, in looking for Joe. And or they owed us nothing and gave us everything. So that's powerful right there. Read his words here. And then he talks about, I'm just going to read this paragraph here. So yesterday I decided to pay a visit to Joe's mom and dad. I was asked to play them a new live session I recorded in Calgary. It was probably the most nervous I've been playing someone a video that I made. The topic isn't an easy one, especially for the parents who have lost an incredible son. I nervously hit play, and the gravity of what I was showing sunk in. I began to cry. In the end, we sat there in silence, silently sobbing. Joe's mom turned to me, smiled, we hugged, and I felt much lighter. So in getting that love, and he goes on to say that he realizes that music is far more than music. It's a channel of communication. And that's, in that last paragraph there, I'll let you guys read it. I don't want to, you guys have access to it. You can read it, but he's essentially just saying that, and in Ren's songs go so far beyond music, especially when he's doing something like this. It's not just opening up the world up to, to the meaning as he sees it through his eyes, and his story with regards to Joe, but also in effect, it's a huge platform for raising awareness, for suicide. And I say this anytime this topic's brought up, or any topic that, there's a lot of people that just you don't know need help, that won't ask for help. You don't know what kind of spot anybody's in. So it's always important to offer, to be there, to make sure that those around you know that they're loved constantly. Beat them with that, over the head. 'Cause that's, you can make a change with very, very minimal effort. And you don't even know that you could. It's it's like, if you're on a plane and you're offered, there's one life jacket left, and it's you or the child, and they give you, the adult, the choice. Do you take the life jacket or you give it the child? Well, right away you say, well, I'll give it to the child, because that's your first instinct. That's just human nature to do the righteous thing, right? To do the noble thing. But in your mind, selfishly thinking, you then could have gone on, and had you taken it, you don't know what that child's going to become. You could have gone on and impacted millions with your story, or that story, or any story, as it relates to that, and saved millions, hundreds of thousands, millions of lives. You have no idea. So it's an interesting thought, and to know what sort of platform he might have made the song for Joe, but there may be a John, a Charlie, a Wendy, a Sarah, a Jessica, a Vernon, a whoever, a Zach. There may be somebody out there, a lot of people that he can reach and touch and save with his words, even though it's specifically for one person about one topic. The platform that he has and that he's growing, it's important to, it's an important awareness song, to follow up to suicide as well. Like I said, this is going to take me a minute. I want to go back and kind of listen to some of the lyrics when he cut out of the suicide.
Lads, I miss missing that. I numb myself to close the gap I never even could jump to, but I still can't find the angle. All I find is missing you. Picture running 5 minutes quicker, I'm right on time, telling you that it's fine, not the way that it worked. I was late like a jerk, there's not a day winning. I love you, man, I miss you, absurd, fuck.
And look at his emotion as he's going through this. Like, and he's practiced this. And he's probably this emotional every single time he does this. This isn't him acting. This is from the heart. I love that it's just him with that piano too, and he finished acapella. I think that was really, really well done. Same burn. Burn on. The light burns on, right? He's got the light right in front of him. Your light will burn on. So it's and then you notice as he gets into this second part of this song here, after that sort of like little piano kind of interlude, intermission, whatever, he just did this sort of where he went silent, and he goes into the newer lyrics. It's not lighthearted, and it's on a more upbeat path. The music behind it, the melody gets more optimistic. Watch. As do his vocals until the end.
Another domino, it falls. Across the way another's born. How you're supposed to raise a child and give it courage from a storm. In a world that is confusing, contradictions pave our flaws.
So how do we raise our kids now with the craziness that is this world, is what he's saying. It's everything's contradictory, everything's a battle. There's no playbook on it. There's no right or wrong, and things are going to progressively get more confusing. A lot of people just are abstaining from, just don't want to have kids because of that. Literally just because of that. They look around, they're like, nah, the fuck with all this, dude. I'm not bringing a kid into this.
Courage from a storm. In a world that is confusing, contradictions pave our flaws. Some will say we're only human, others judge us for our flaws. Some get born in
some will say we're only human, right? You make a mistake, I'm only human. Others will judge us for our flaws. So you're only human, but you know, you're making mistakes, and we're all flawed inherently. So
sheets of satin, some get by in tattered. There's judges for our flaws. Some get born in sheets of satin, some get by in tattered clothes. Some will die before they live. That's just how the story goes. But
some will die before they live. That's just how the story goes. Some are born rich, some are born poor. We're all the same people. Some will get to live out their life, so they won't actually get to live. And he sings about this a lot with, I mean, even like in the his other stuff, like Violet's Tale, for example. Like, she died, she was in an abusive home, like she didn't even live. Like, what's living, right? There's got to be some aspect of enjoyment and love to live, right? A lot of people don't experience that. So are they living? Probably not.
In tattered clothes, some will die before they live. That's just how the story goes. But for those of us still with us, who reside inside our hearts, tell them proudly how you feel.
Stopped it right there. Make sure you pay attention to that. That's what he just said. Tell them proudly how you feel. I'll rewind that, because that's important. He made sure to make a point of that, which again goes back to me saying this is a message. That's the awareness aspect of this.
Who reside inside our hearts, tell them proudly how you feel. And for those of us who aren't, freckled angels stand strong, freckled angels live on, freckled angels climb higher, freckled angels still inspire, freckled angels won't forget you, teach me to live my life better. 13 years and still I miss you, now my wings are missing feather, otherwise I'd come
wings, back to the first verse that he came from the Suicide bars.
And join you, but for now I'm here on earth, stuck inside this mortal body, but for everything it's worth. Made me braver, made me wiser, made me stronger, made me true, made me face the world with courage, and that's all because of you.
So he's and it's, again, like I said, it's more optimism in this melody right now. Just playing off those keys right there. You know, he's going higher notes, he's kind of bringing it up a little bit. And in the same moment that he's paying homage to the fact that because of this tragedy, I am a much stronger person, and I wouldn't be here today without that. You know, it's you know, he's paying as much respect as he can to the fact that it happened and how much it's pained him. We all know that, we see that. But also shining some light on that it's made him stronger. You gotta, you get kicked down to your worst and you keep learning how to get back up, right? It's going to get easier every day. Lighter hearted here.
Freckled angels laugh the hardest, and their hearts, they are the largest. With their wings, they fly the farthest. So I know you're gonna be okay. Freckled angels live the longest, and their minds, they are the strongest. Oh, their friends, they are the fondest. So I know you're gonna be okay.
God, that part got me again. Because he breaks right there. Wow. It's tough to even, like, to say, oh, I like this better than you know X, Y, or Z. That's just a masterpiece. That's just artistry at its finest. Yeah, it's not about liking or not liking a song. That was perfect for what it was. Um, it's a painful song. It hurts. Like I don't want to go back and watch that a bunch of times. Um, but you need to see it. Um, it's important, and I'm gonna link down below suicide awareness again. If anybody, I'm not the smartest cat in the world, but I love to talk, and I'm usually pretty optimistic, pretty nice guy. If anybody needs anything, feel free to reach out to me personally. I'm easy to find. My Instagram's linked below. I'm not a hard guy to get in touch with. If you just want to chat, you want a friend, I'm happy to be here. Or you know, reach out to loved ones. It hurts. It's not always easy asking for help, but you know, most importantly, make sure you're showing love to those around you at all points in time. Because you never know where somebody is at or will end up. And with that, I'm gonna leave it there. We're over 20 minutes on a 4-minute video. Sorry for talking so much, but I wanted to let this run. I wanted to hear it. Glad I did. Hope you all have a wonderful rest of your Thursday. I will post again today. Something something that's uplifting to the spirit, to the soul. But yeah, not that wasn't, because I mean there are, you know, there's videos that make you think, and it's hard to smile through, you know. It's tough. It's a tough topic to tackle. But great job, Ren. Good on Ren. Yeah, if you like, please like, comment down below, subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next. Stay safe, stay sober, stay healthy, and make sure that you know, call 5 loved ones today. Just tell them you love them, that you're here. That's all I got.